Celestial blessings, this is Helen Demetriou, and in this video I'm going to talk about truth, and I'm going to talk about personal truth but also mass truth. Now, it is true that we all say everybody has the right to their own truth, and I completely believe in this 100%. What can be true to one person may not be the truth to somebody else's, and nobody has got the right to say to that person, your personal truth is wrong and my personal truth is right. But let's look at it on the other side. Let's look at it as a mass truth. What does this mean by a mass truth? A mass truth is something that we all know to be true, and this could be like the discovery of archaeological facts, finds, things that have been studied, have been proven to be true. This becomes a mass truth. Now, how does it become a mass truth? It becomes a mass truth because it's been advertised, word of mouth, people hear about it and they spread the word. Now, we're in the age of wanting to know the truth. For many, many decades, for thousands of years, we have been told generally one truth, that this is the way it is, that there is a Father who is our God, and he's the creator, and he had a son called Jesus, and Jesus, his mother was Mary, that Jesus was both God and both man, and etc, etc, etc. This is a mass truth, and even though we can have the decision of whether to take that on or not, it can still be damaging for us, because our parents could believe in it and they could have taught it to us when we were children, that this is the truth, this is nothing else but the truth, this is God's honest 100% truth. So okay, we get a base, a foundation of spirituality to work on. For some it's more negative than others. The next thing that I'm going to step on is, as I mentioned before, we're all looking for the truth. And this is not a personal truth. We're all looking, we all want to know where we came from. So what do? Because we all want to know, we join our consciousness to finding truth. And lately, in the past few years, the truth has been unearthed in many ways. For example, in Sumer, which is modern day Iraq, the discovery, the tablets were discovered a long time ago, but there was just being able to be translated by Zachariah Stitching now, of how we was created, how we was genetically engineered. And I don't know if there's anybody that has studied the ancient Sumerians and their pantheons, such as Inanna, for example, Anu, Enki, Enlil, and it explains how we were created. Now, okay, whether or not you believe that this is true or not, it's still another form of truth, that this happened, was written before the big truth, the mass truth, such as Christianity, etc. We have proof now that this was written before Christianity, before the Old Testament, because the Old Testament is based on what these tablets say. Now, this video is not about, the Anunnaki. It's not really about the Sumerians. It's about the collective truth. Then we have people that come along, use the truths of proof, scientific proof, and jump on the bandwagon and then try to pretend that they're channeling something that has been made public years before and trying to claim it as their own. Now, the thing is, we are lacking in authenticity when we get people that are stealing another's ideas, or stealing somebody else's identity or someone else's teachings and passing it on as their own. This is causing great damage to the raised consciousness in search of truth. By people doing this in their own personal truth, that are trying to make money off other people for people to follow them and their beliefs, it means that this is damaging our collective consciousness and effort to uncover a mass truth, if you can follow me. Now then you could say, well, why should we believe you, Helen? Why should we believe what you say? The thing is, I am just sharing what is my truth and what I believe to be my mass truth in this world, how I see the world. And if people say to me, Helen, I believe in your truth, I would say to them, don't believe in my truth. Research it. Wait for it. Wait until it becomes your truth. Don't believe everything that I say, because it's not a truth unless it becomes true to you. And this is the most important part of finding truth, not just personal truth, but mass truth. And when we listen to people and we follow them and we believe everything that they say word for word, then we are pushing away an opportunity to find our own truth. We are becoming like robots and not allowing ourselves to find our own personal truth. The truth, a mass truth, for example, is love. That's another mass truth. Hate is another mass truth. Why? Because we all believe in it. We all believe in love and hate. We all know that it exists. But if somebody comes along and they start teaching things and a mass amount of people follows them and they believe in it, then this is changing the consciousness that we have raised to uncover the truth. Yes, everyone's got right to their own personal truth, but they should keep it to themselves without trying to manipulate other people into believing what they believe or following their truth. So basically what I'm trying to say is that personal truth is very important, but so is mass truth. It is very important that we all band together to finding this truth. We all ask the question, where did I come from? Who was I in a past life? Who created the universe? Who created Earth? We're not going to find this out if we all keep believing in channeled messages. We no longer need to have these channeled messages. Yes, they are helpful. They can give us more insight. They can excite us. They can give us inspiration. And I'm all for that, because you know that I have my own channeled messages that I offer on YouTube. But we are in an age of truth. We are getting what we are manifesting, what we've been manifesting for thousands of years. We're beginning to understand now where we came from, how we came to be here. And if we keep relying and believing on people with channeled messages who are babbling in languages that we don't understand just to impress people, then we're damaging the mass consciousness to finding the truth. You see, we all have our own personal truth. We all have ideas of what makes sense to us, what we resonate with, etc., etc. But this is just something that has really been on my mind. And today I have to admit, I have reached a point where I've become angry, because I'm fed up of people parading themselves around that are supposedly channeling him and channeling her and channeling so-and-so, and that they have all these mass believers, having them like gods, that every word they say is like gospel. And I just feel sad, because this is damaging the mass consciousness. Again, everyone's allowed to have their own truth, etc., etc., etc. But when we try to say, well, you know something, that person's truth upsets me, or I don't agree with that person's truth, we're looked at as being a bully. We're looked at as being, oh, you know, we've got to keep the peace. Don't do that. We have to keep peace. You mustn't say that. You mustn't do this. But, you know, this is exactly why nothing gets done, because we're all like sheep. We're all afraid to be our own true self. We're all afraid to be authentic and say, I don't believe in that person's truth. But usually this happens when a person has turned their personal truth into a mass truth, and they have changed the consciousness or the target that we have all been striving for. We've turned into these sheep that we've been told to turn the other cheek. Oh, don't do anything, don't be angry, because if you're angry, then you're going to pollute the consciousness. Oh, you mustn't think this and you mustn't do that because you're going to create an imbalance, or, that's your ego talking. No, this is Helen talking now. This is Helen. And I am going to say, I do not accept everybody's truth. Because if it's a personal truth, you keep it personal. The moment you discuss your own truth to others, then you are making it a mass truth. And you are open then for people to say to you, I don't accept what you say. You can respect people and you can show them respect for their truth. I completely believe in that, because I've got truth that people don't believe in. That's okay. And if people say to me, I don't believe, Helen, this doesn't resonate with me, I said, that's fine. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay, because your job is to find your truth. But there are those of us who've got our own truth, which resonate with each other because it is coming from the same source. This is why, but when we become these sheep that, hang off everyone's word, like there are many spiritual, famous, metaphysical and spiritual people that everyone says, oh, so and so said this is going to happen today, so it's going to happen, or this says this, that and the other, and so, oh no, this is not true because so and so said it's going to happen here and then. Like somebody, a prophet for example, says next year, I don't know, there's going to be a massive comet hit the earth. Yet when somebody could say, I've got a feeling about next year, it's going to be a really good year. Oh no, so and so said that it's not going to be true. I mean, come on. Where is your truth? How can we believe just on what somebody says? I am a servant of the truth, and I live my life researching for truth. And I'm not talking about what resonates with me. I'm talking about 100% factual truth, such as these tablets that was found that have been translated by Zachariah Stitchin from ancient Iraq. To me, that is a truth. It's not just a resonance. There's a difference between resonance and truth. I'm talking about truth here. I'm not talking about resonating with something or feeling that something is true. That is a personal truth. Like, I believe that the goddesses, the gods and goddesses exist because I've seen them, I've felt them. Yet that is a resonance. That is a personal truth. I'm talking about a proof that the gods were flesh. Maybe not exactly the same flesh as us, but they walked among us at one time. This is a fantastic, amazing discovery. Why would anybody want to go into this, throw out these channeled messages saying that this isn't true and that everything that we've just discovered is not true? I mean, come on. Stop destroying the consciousness that we've been working on this for so long. And then say, yes, well, I don't believe that because so-and-so said that isn't true. So-and-so said that, we was here before that, or we did evolve from the monkeys, or we evolved from the Neanderthals. It's the same thing when you say, well, the first human was a woman in Africa. And you might get white people that will say, oh no, we weren't evolved in Africa, because they just don't want to accept that that is a mass truth. I have got no problem in accepting that. You get men saying, well, I don't want to accept that it was a woman. No, it's got to be a man. You see what I mean? People, they don't use their truth based on truth. They use it based on their beliefs rather than what is true. So my point to you is, please look for truth. Look for your own truth. Don't follow somebody as though they are a god. Do not put someone on a pedestal just because you resonate with what they say. Find your own truth. Then you can resonate with what people say. But we are trying to find out the truth. We are trying to break free of this cage that has been put on us. And I can tell you from a channeled message that the church will be dismantled and the goddess is coming back to earth. Thank you very much for listening. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.